Isabel Jennings for Your Life Matters. Aloha. As you guys can see, I'm trying to do a little video on Hawaii, maybe just my Hawaiian recipe, and I miss my Hawaii people. You know who you are. You know how much I love Hawaii, and I was there for several years, and very part of my life, and yeah. So today I am going to put my books away, and we are going to make my mouth-watering, unbelievably tasty Hawaiian guacamole. I do not have all the ingredients from Hawaii, but you can make it your own, and you can make it yourself. And this is Catherine Isabel Jennings Hawaiian guacamole. So let's take this away. I could put these on. It's not sunny out there, but oh, I miss my Hawaii so much. I do. I love my friends. I love the people, and I love how they made me feel. And I'm a better person for living there. And to you, Hawaii, and people like my friend Rosemary and Damien and Stephanie and Tammy, and Daryl and Rennie. I mean, I have a whole bunch, Jennifer. I love you guys. Oh, Mike. Oh my God, I can't miss Mike. I forget about Mike. So, Mike. Anyway, so I'm going to move things away, and I'm going to tell you that in Hawaii, if you go up on the mainland, on the Big Island, it's a big island, and it really does take a good day to go around the perimeter of the Big Island, and it has 5 volcanoes, and you can see, well, we've had a couple of them erupt on us, but it's just the rainbows that are over there, the colors. I'm walking through humidity right now in Virginia, where I am. The humidity can be down by Kona really hard, but then you go not too far and you're 1,200 feet up in a coffee area, and that's like 6 or 7 degrees cooler. So, and I lived on a coffee farm with Daryl and Rennie. It's called Raintree Coffee Farm. If you want a really nice cup of coffee, go to RaintreeCoffeeFarm.com, or I believe there's Jennifer, the daughter, is running, the Facebook, but get some coffee. It's from where I was, and I lived there for 2 years, and I loved it. It was special to me, and I got my mac nuts, my macadamias, my mangoes. I helped with the coffee, and I was a gardener, and I lived there, and my husband and I got married on the coffee farm, so you can tell that it's endearing to me. So go to Raintree Coffee Farm and get some coffee. And I think Daryl's even selling some mac nuts, bulk mac nuts for a really good price. They're not roasted, they're cracked. So you do the work yourself and you save a lot of money, trust me. All right, so I had already cut up an avocado. I wanted to tell you that in Hawaii, there's roughly 28 different avocados, go figure. My favorite one was about this big, and it was bigger on the bottom. It just was so luscious when it was ripe. And I can't tell you how good avocados are for your immune system and for your diet. It's just really good for omega-3s, and just get that immune system built up. I'm not crazy about what has gone into our well, I don't want to go there right now, but pharma is really hurting us by these injections, and I'm trying to help you build up your immune system. That's why I'm giving you my secret guacamole recipe, because I know it's good for you, and I know you're going to be healthier because of my recipe. How about that one? So actually, I was filming this before, and I was right in the middle of cutting up everything, and I started cutting up an onion, and my eyes, oh my goodness, my eyes started watering and getting all gross and hurting and burning and all that stuff. So I cut it short, and I'm trying to move this faster than I did before. So anyway, I do have two in there right now, 2 avocados, and I'm just going to peel off this little guy and use some of it. Thank God I don't have to. Thank God I don't have to do that. That other onion. Oh my gosh, I don't know where it came from. So this is how you want it to be, a little bit softer than this, but you don't want it to be brown. It just doesn't. It doesn't look good. It doesn't taste good. And at this point, I'm just going to put a little bit more in here. And you can cut it any way you want. I was going to get technical. I like little chunks in mine, but right now I'm gonna just mix them together. Okay, so right now I'm just going to get a little bit more. There we go. All right, so I had cut up a medium, like a half of an onion to this. I recommend the best onion in the world, of course, is the Maui Vidalia onion. It's like the best. So you want that in there, okay? That's all I'm going to tell you, all right? And you're going to want a half of a lemon in juice. I actually let the pulp in there. I'm kind of messy, but I actually get the pulp. Make sure all the seeds are out. I see a seed. Yep, so you want all the seeds to come out. I'm actually dripping that, and I am prepared. I got a good little towel here, but a good half of a one. If you don't like lemon, I highly recommend lime. The other recipe that I use that's Hawaiian is I replace the lemon with the lime, and instead of what I'm putting in next, I put in cilantro. So then I get for this size, which is 2.5 avocados, I actually use almost a whole mango. Now, a lot of people are allergic to the skin because of the sap. The sap is actually in the poison sumac family, believe it or not. And I've had to rescue my friend Stephanie from her farm, because I would have to pick the mangoes for her. She couldn't touch them. But once I peeled them, she could cut them up and freeze them. But they had a big mango tree over there. Big monster mangoes too. I mean, like mangoes like this big, and they weighed about a pound and a half to 3 pounds. They were big. They have smaller ones that are kind of stringy, and you've seen them in the store. They're stringy, but I'll tell you on a side note, the one of those little guys, if you freeze them and take them out from the freezer and cut them, they're not going to be stringy and they're going to be very tasty. But there's not a lot of meat on them. But frozen, they're easier to get more meat off of them to chomp on, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so this is how we cut a mango. I'm going to push this dish away because I want you to see. So what I do is I'll actually come alongside of, let's see what I'm doing. I'm doing alongside of of the seed, because the seed is about this wide and it's this big, okay, and it's a good sized seed in there. But what you do is you go on either side of the mango seed, so you have these two ends, and that technically is enough for that amount. Okay, I might just be eating some and not telling you about it. And then what I do is I'll cut this like this. I'll make little cuts like this. I don't know if you can see this. Lots of these cuts across, and then I'll go the opposite direction, and then I'll push it out. See that? See that? And I'll tell you, these bites in here, best ones ever, okay? And you can make these smaller. You can actually hand take them off and cut them up a little finer. See, I'll take them off and I'll cut them up a little finer. This looks like a good amount. But can you imagine Hawaiian mango, Hawaiian avocado, Maui, Vidalia onion, oh my god, super sweet and tasty as all heck. I use fresh garlic, salt and pepper. Just trying to get all this out. It's quick here. I love making guacamole because it is messy, and I enjoy this kind of mess. I think being an artist and being around tools a lot, jewelry instructor and all that stuff, it's just part of my nature. I just like to get into what I'm doing. And do you know how many of these mangoes I have cut for my friend Stephanie? Stephanie, I had cut so many mangoes up for you at the house. Good Lord. I mean, we're talking, we were freezing about 50 or 60 pounds of mangoes when the mangoes were in season. Okay, so once you have that, I will tell you, let me show you this. I'm not going to use this, but you can come at the top and walk around the seed. See how I walked around that? I usually chomp on this. And cut these up this way. See that? Well, I could throw those in, a couple of those in. But there's a lot of mango in this, so this is going to be on the sweet side. All right. So I'll mix this a little bit with my hand. It's so nice. It's so nice. And you want to see some chunks. This is where I have the jeweler part of me, or the artist part. I like a texture, but I also want to see the cream in it. And you just want to blend this really nice. And of course, when I take my fingers out of there, I make sure that every little bit of that stuff goes back in there. And I got my towel. And I have a little bit of onion salt. I'll put a little bit of onion salt in there. And I will put a clove of garlic. And like I told people before, I like to cut my garlic in little cubes, tiny cubes, and chop it in there and put some in. I already did some of this before because, like I said, as I was cutting up the onion before, oh my goodness, and I didn't want to mess this up. I mean, I didn't want to redo everything from start to finish, so actually I got this mostly done, you know. All right, so in addition to that, if you want to put a little bit of cayenne pepper for a little like spicy, you know, zing to it, you can. I really don't. I'll put a little bit of table pepper in there, but I also put olive oil. But this size, maybe like 2 tablespoons, okay? Or avocado oil. Avocado oil is so good for you. It's just so good. And then chives, if you have chives, all right? The mango makes it Hawaiian, but what makes it Catherine is normally I chop up very fine macadamia nuts. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When I put macadamia nuts in there, I don't have to put a lot of salt. I put a little bit of salt, but macadamia nuts, don't tell anybody, it's my secret, okay? And I just mix it up. And you know what? I mean, I could sit here and eat this whole thing. I mean, really, but I mean, this is so yummy. So you just let it sit there. I let it sit like 2 or 3 hours, you know, I just let it do its thing. Or in some some cases I just am so hungry because it smells so good and it's so gosh darn yummy. I'll just dig in on that. But that is it for that, and I will show you something. So let's move all this out of the way. Oh, that's the big one. All right. Remember, we're going to use that again. I'm going to eat this. Oh yeah, I love pickles. I love them. They're part of my soul now, you know. Okay. So what I have here is something else I'm going to give you the recipe for, but I'm not going to do it now. It's at another date. I made this for my husband, and it's super yummy. I actually made him some barbecue chicken Hawaiian style, boneless. And it falls out, it's just like boneless pork, but it's boneless chicken Hawaiian style. And I'll make that for you next time. But until then, I'm going to take a scoop of this. It's so yummy. He just loves this stuff. It's super sweet and it's super enticing. And I noticed that whenever I make this, people are like, this is barbecue. I had the most amazing barbecue on the Big Island this way, but it was pork. And I decided I'm going to make it chicken because I'm not a big pork fan, although this ribs are amazing. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. So I'll take a scoop of this, put it around it. This will be my husband's dinner and mine. I'll probably have more of the avocado guacamole. But this is such a good dinner. It's cold and it's something that he personally likes and I love. And so, I mean, I'm down here in southern whatever USA and in Virginia, and it's nice to be able to make something that is you and your husband likes it too. So I'm going to show this to you. Aloha. This is Catherine's Hawaiian guacamole. If you want the recipe, please, give me a love offering to keep this my YouTube, Catherine, Kathryn 47 on Rumble, and YouTube, there's Catherine, Kathryn Jennings, because I'm trying to get good, healthy stuff out to you and build up your immune system. And just to let you know, I'm looking up natural coagulants for your blood, because people who are getting vaxxed are getting clots. And I noticed that green tea is really good, vitamin E is very good, ginger is really good, and there are foods that are anticoagulant like cabbage, gosh, I can't remember, Brussels sprouts, broccoli. These are things to help you with your immune system. And if you have any questions on those, your life matters, and I want to help you out. And please help me. Please subscribe to my channels and enjoy. I am Tostitos. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, thank you for joining me. God bless, and aloha, and mahalo. Bye-bye.